And now the intro for the audience. Welcome. Jesus, that is not my voice. Welcome to this as yet still unnamed segment. As yet unnamed segment. That's what I'm just gonna call it. I guess I will roll a d6, and whoever on the screen is the number will start with our stars and wishes for session 7. Here we go. That's a 3. That's Cole.
Fuck. Okay, I'll start with the easiest one. Vex. Rain gave Cal a little toy dog that reminds him of his childhood dead dog, and he's happy. He lived to a ripe old age. It's not like an accident dog. He was like 14 when he died. He was a big old Rottweiler. Totally not like my real life childhood dog in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, Spencer, I love Neander's just continuous crash out this whole episode. Neander just like stressed out of his fucking mind the whole time. We're all trying to chill and relax, and Neander's just like, guys, more accurately, he's like, Agnew. Speaking of Royale, Agnew just like being very honest, and now that we know shit, he's just like, oh yeah, I'm a Raven. I was part of this thing. I fucking hate the government. Just being super honest, and I was just like, honestly, facts. Let's go. But I was not expecting him to be as just open and honest, from the way he's been like presented so far, and it's a nice like expectation subversion. He's just like, yeah, why would I lie to you guys? And it's like, okay. But I just like the way you played that. Vela, Vela, I love the way you just play Vela as constantly like stressed but also excited. She's just constantly like, oh yay, oh no, oh yay, oh no. And it's just so funny to see. Cal is also very excited for his dancing lessons, and I know she's not excited for her stabbing lessons. But yeah.
That's gonna be so cute.
And Jake, you absolute mad lad. This was great. I especially liked the tarot card goblin, like out of nowhere, and I'm just like that was great. I was very tempted, but Cal is also a big dumb dummy dumb, and was like, nah, I don't want to read too much into this shit. But I also like that you just gave that moment where it's like, all right, I'm gone. Y'all roleplay. That was fun. It was very nice. And the world building is also real good. And I can't wait for my bear. Anyway, I'm done. Oh, I guess my wish. My wish.
I wish.
I'm trying to think, man. This is always the hardest part for me because, like, I just love to roll with. I just like the party time. Party getting to talk to one another is nice. Like getting the downtime. I know we did a lot of it today, but we got a lot of travel. Some more of that, please.
All right, go ahead and roll a d6.
Ah! Should have put my dice away. So from my screen, okay. So a 3 is a reroll. 6 at Royale.
Okay, started from the top. Next. I hope I answer Fray's questions effectively.
You did so good. The feather, perfect answer.
The feather. I was like, all right, let me think about this. That was a little fun segment. That was really fun. Jake, thank you for letting us have a camp. We need more camps. I know we'll get more camps, but we need more camps. Also, does the goblin return? Or do we see the goblin?
I cannot answer that. I simply do not have the answer.
Okay.
Goblin is the BBEG. the whole campaign.
Great. That was fun. Cal, happy birthday, Cal. Happy... I think it was a nice little breakdown for everybody, and plus Cal's gonna get a new friend, a fun friend. I mean, that's technically like a birthday present. Hey, you get a bear on your birthday? No.
I know so many people who would love a bear for their birthday.
Not me.
Spencer. I love how Neander is just like, man, like I love like this sense of like the veil has been lifted from Neander just because Agnew's here. It's like what are the chances someone else with the answers came here with my answers? These people aren't supposed to know my live, and this person has my home address. So, the additive caution is a nice touch, and I like how effectively close he is with the group already. I like how effectively close he is with the group, how protective it is with everyone, especially with coming from like, dude, that's an anti-tank missile and it's aiming at us, and nobody wants those problems on a good day or a bad one. So yeah, I like those touches, and I don't, on the receiving end, it did not feel like there was a rift. It just felt like, kind of like Velcro. Whether it's good or bad Velcro, we will see. But it just felt like, it's trust. The information was shared on both sides, and trust has been bonded, and trust will be there. So I like that. Abigail, Vela, Vela is just so sweet, and Vela is just so sweet. I adore the fact that they can just take look at anything and see shimmer in it, no matter the situation. Like Agnew just told everybody over dinner he was covered in blood. Fella's like, man, that's so cool. So yeah, I just love that sense of wanderlust and that sense of adventure, which is it's really fun. It's refreshing. It's always fun to be around. Um, my wish. You know what? I feel like we should all have our own little companions.
Mine comes from my subclass, man. You know what? You can have ice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I forgot that was the horse's name.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We need to
No,
rename that horse.
you
know what?
Maybe
Cal's gonna rename that horse. He's gonna be like, this
Yeah,
name doesn't
we
fit
need to
you.
immediately rename that horse in Yeah, light of recent events.
Cal's gonna be like, this name doesn't fit you.
Frost is nice.
How about snow? We love snow. We hate ice.
God, the
You heard
show
it.
just started
No,
premiering.
I know.
Technically, I'm a
Oh,
ranger, so I
Ugh.
can bond with chosen horse. I can bond with the horse when time comes.
I
So
need to say, for the record, Cal is very, like me, anti-ice. I know in the show
I would-
he likes the horse.
I would hope, obviously, but yeah, fuck ice. On behalf of Emergence, the show, fuck ice.
Poor name. It was
That horse is like, what did I do?
Oh, trust me.
his name's
that
gonna
horse
change
stuff.
next session. I'll be like, you don't look like. You just name you Snow.
Awesome. So, Royale, do you want to roll a d4 now?
let's roll us the D4. Whoa, and 2.
Oh shit.
Do that again.
No, 2 is me, I think.
Wait. Oh yeah, you rolled. You didn't go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm catching on.
Okay.
I'm
Here, I'll sit up for mine. Okay, I'll go down the line. Bex, I think such a cool idea because you texted me about like that ability before the session. I think it was just such a cool idea of kind of because I feel like if you were thinking about it almost from like a different perspective, Rain would be an artificer.
Yeah.
Um,
That's exactly what I
yeah,
wanted.
and so
It's
basically
like,
like
what if an artificer, like
yeah.
raised artificer, became a cleric instead?
Yeah, and the idea of like bringing the idea of like infusions into it and all that. So fantastic! Like, I love that creativity from you of like
I was glad
how
you were
to
down
how
for
to
it. I was like,
dude
you
hell
can
yeah.
say no.
No, that's why it's so hard at first. It'll get easier. But yeah, I think that was just awesome, like creative initiative from you. Makes me very happy as a GM when my players present me with ideas that start with "you can say no." um, Cole, um, just immediately picking up on what I was doing with the bear, um, because we had talked about it a while ago, and I knew I wanted to, because we know what subclass you're going to pick, and I knew I wanted to start seeding the idea of where some of those subclass features are coming from, and rolling and kind of accepting the idea that like that may or may not have happened. Um, and so just like rolling with that and not because I like so there's some players you don't present stuff like that to because they're gonna try and figure out if it was real or not, and the fact that you just let that moment be that moment and have the narrative impact that it did, I think was just like such a solid move from you as a player and as an improviser, of just letting it be.
I saw into your GM brain, and I was like, I know it. I know what's cooking.
Listen, the bear has to come from somewhere.
I can't just magically have a bear or wake up one day.
I will. I cannot accept that. I simply cannot accept that. Where'd the bear come from? Uh, and then Spencer. I mean, it's already been said, but like the balance of being suspicious of another party member while still being on the same page, of being like you are suspicious before the point where you are no longer functioning as a cohesive party, and I think you towed that line so well of understanding that we're playing a game and so like our characters need to get along while still giving yourself the space to express that suspicion and distrust. I think you just executed that so well. At no point was I worried there was going to be unpleasant dynamics in the party. So just really solid way of doing that. And then Abigail, I just I am glad. I mean, this might be a little bit self-serving. I am glad I got to do the tarot bit for Vela, because, like, obviously, the dice decided when that was going to happen, but then you get, and also having a supportive party who's like, no, let's get Vela in on this, and creating a character that lets me do add a little freak guy who can be like, oh, the cards. Um, but just the fact that like the character you've made provides inspiration for me as the GM is just tis peak. And Royale, this was a big Agnew night, and the amount of information you like metered out and the way you were phrasing things as someone who knows a bit more of Agnew's backstory, I think you had such a good execution of giving out that information, and then also kind of like Cole said, the willingness to divulge those secrets pretty early on in this story while still holding back a good amount, and going hand in hand with Spencer of kind of letting that distrust sit but not letting it boil over, and just kind of the interplay between you two during those scenes was so good and very fun to watch. And my wishes for next session. What are my wishes for next session? More travel, honestly. I'm enjoying using a lot of these charts, so I'm excited to see what else comes up. My wish is that you guys roll higher on those D10 rolls. And now I will
One roll of 3.
Now I will roll a D4. 1, Bex.
Okay, I'm ready. Alright, so, I've started, like, writing these down throughout because I have the memory of a goldfish. Alright, so, Jake, there was a moment, like, early on when you were having us all, like, talk about what we were doing in that long rest, where Abigail... There was the opportunity where Abigail was like, I'm gonna just kind of do my nightly routine and go to bed, and you absolutely could have just left it there, and you pushed a little more, and, like, really let her character shine a little bit, and, like, made sure that everybody, like, truly got their moment to kind of let their character breathe a little bit, and that was just so wonderful to see. You do such a good job of, like, balancing player agency with moving the story along that we love it. Thank you. Let's see. Cole immediately using a one-time item to tell a story is always a really good RP moment, even though it's not like a good practical, like, you know, best use moment. So I thought that was really a smart use to be able to kind of like share what Cal was going through. Clearly he's struggling a little bit, so that gave you the opportunity to like delve into his story a little more, and I thought that was a really great moment, admittedly. Let's see, I can just go down the row. So Spencer, I actually have 2 for you. So one is just a thank you for being so practical and being like, before we leave, can we please check this area for potions and money, and because we all forgot, and I need you to keep doing that because we're all gonna keep forgetting. So thank you. That is such a smart move.
Well, Jake's like, no.
I thank you for that. We need to keep doing that. And then that moment, that the mic drop with you and Agnew was just fantastic. I was just sitting there going like, that was perfect, of like a balance of like clearly you have like love for the party, but yet you're also, you know, creating this kind of like equal bond with Agnew, and I think that was a really great moment. Abigail, I was really happy to see the fortune teller and the tarot getting to be brought in, because I feel like we're starting to delve a little bit more into your character, and like you've created this really, like, both visually and like backstory wise, I feel like interesting character, and I'm getting really eager to see more of her. And you're just kind of you've got my interest peaked. You're pebbling along the little interesting Fae tidbits, and I wanna hear more. So I'm glad that happened. I feel like the role was like perfect. The drawing was really good. And then Royale, where was my thing? Oh, so yeah, I feel like so often the tendency on like creating this character with a really rich backstory is to like hold on to it for a really long time. And kind of like the same thing that Jake said, I think that kind of building it up a little bit through like 6 sessions and then dumping like a pretty good amount but still holding a little bit to your chest was so smart, and such a good way to like, clearly he's like starting to kind of get integrated into the party, and like that was a really good way to show it and still get a lot of that kind of backstory dump without it feeling like you were just like monopolizing everything. So really great job on that. You've created a really interesting character, and so that was, I was very happy that he like opened up a little bit and we got to see a little bit more of him. So I think that's it. Oh, and my wish is that clearly we inadvertently chose a very dangerous and deadly path. My wish is that we survive for at least a little while, and if we're in dire straits, that there's an out, that we can pivot to the east or the west.
I really hope that those are ogres and not actually fucking giants.
We'll find out. Alrighty, do we want to roll a die for odds and evens?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Who's odds, who's evens?
I'll just go even. So I chose an even, so Abigail.
Hello. Alright. I'm gonna go in reverse order. so,
Unheard
so-
of.
I do it every single time. So, for Royale, oh my gosh. I love Agnew so much. And for me, I love the way you answered the questions. Because it was so Agnew coded. Like the spots of divulging the information of like, why am I afraid of underground? Because once I was buried alive and I almost got eaten, I'm pretty sure. Like there was some like that sounds like something that sounds like a whole story that's there, but it was like a little summary and then a little tidbit of humor in it was it's so good. I love Agnew so much. I'm so excited to see more of the character, and also super cool that you're a Raven. Awesome stuff. And then for Spencer, for Neander, I like
Thank you, Abby.
I like that Neander likes the finer things and would probably in the modern times be getting an iced coffee every morning, okay? That's what I like. Ignore everything before that. Sorry. And then Cole for Cal. I love the bear interaction in the way that Cal was justifiably angry, but was very gentle with the bear. Like it wasn't like there wasn't any fear towards the animal. And although we, the audience, know what's going to happen with it, it was just a really sweet moment, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see that bear come back and become your best friend. I knew you were typing something, and I'm really sad.
I was listening. I was listening. I
No,
promise.
no, I just knew it was gonna be about that. God, I'm never gonna live that down. Awful. You ever just hear something and just know? You're like, oh no, that's forever now. Yeah. Anyways, that's great. And then Bex for Raid. I love the creativity of the items that you make, not just the fact that you are like combining being like almost an artificer flavored cleric, but the way that like in earlier sessions how you cast a healing spell for someone is you play a music box that plays a song that has to do with them, and now this a dog for Cal. It was so sweet, and I love that, and I love the detail that Rain knows everyone's birthdays. I think that's very sweet and such a thoughtful point for the character, and I love so much. And then last but not least, Kai, I gotta finish this. Okay. Last but not least, Jake, you did a good job. No. I love how you just a table rolled a freaky little guy, and you were like, all right, here we go, and you went into freaky little guy mode, and then went and got the tarot and did that reading. That was so cool. I love it. That was such a cool moment.
All right,
Spencer, say
now
that.
Spencer.
Everyone's favorite. No, I'm kidding. I will start. Well, I was gonna go in reverse order, but then Abby beat me to it, so I guess I'll go in regular order.
Just start from the middle.
Cole. Yeah, I'll start with Cole. There we go. I enjoyed. I think we've always seen a softer side of Cole, not Cole, of Cal, but I think this one, it was like Cal starting to come out of that, and so I think this episode is really kind of like Cal's he's not making peace with that by any means, but I think it's more so Cal is realizing that he sat in it, and now he needs to start taking the steps to get out of it, and I think that's kind of where we're seeing Cal now, right? And I'm looking forward to seeing how that manifests. And it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh wait, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go that way, up or down? Good. We'll go to Jake. I say this every time.
you do an excellent job of giving people time to be them as a player, but also how they how they view their character, right? And I think, and also I just love your voices. Like, I wish I could be a DM that does voices. Like, I can't. I can give you a nice Southern charmer. That's it, right? And then the world building, but also I love the fact, I love it when DMs, they don't hold back within the reason, right? You gave us a disclaimer, and then we said let's go, and then now we're about to suffer the consequences of our actions, right? But I think at the same time, I like the fact that you're like, okay, you guys want to fuck it, we ball, right? But also I also trust you enough that you're not going to end our characters sooner than what the story allows, right? And I think that's a beautiful thing that we've learned. This is my first time playing with you, and I'm learning that as well, but also see it through how Bex and Cole are reacting to your story. So that's a credit to you. Bex, Rain, I love how I think with these sessions, Neander, and I say this all the time, Neander and Rain have like this relationship of like with both followers of Katomi, but we manifest that in very different ways. Neander's all about he couldn't care less about like discovering new knowledge. He's just more focused on himself, but in the way you manifest it is more so, okay, I have this new information, how can that better my tinkering, right? And I think, but also Neander was looking for, in a sense, some kinship in his suspicion of Agnew from you, and I liked that you didn't play into that, because Rain wouldn't. Rain's like, my questions are, why do you have a feather? I was like, oh, I thought we were on the same page. You know?
I thought about it, but I was like, that's not what you do, though.
Exactly, and I like that because I think it made for a better story, because now we're just both followers of Katomi, but we're showing the audience what followers of Katomi could actually be, you know. Now if I turn the circle, I think we're going to Abby. Okay. I say this every time. I literally say this every time. We need to protect Vela at all costs. Okay. All right. We need to protect her at all costs. We need to protect her innocence. And Cole mentioned this, but like the fact that like, yay, no, like it, in my mind it's like she's saying no to things we needed to say yes to at that time, but she like, like I need you to lock in right now. But at the same time, it's beauty, because I think when we have our audience, we're showing them that when we're in a TTRPG in combat, it's not, you don't have to fight. Right, and I think that's also Vela. I think that's what you're showing as well. Vela is going to have to learn that not everything can be solved with words. Right, so I'm looking forward to that whole adventure, if you will. Royale, buddy, we had a time today. The best thing I could say is thank you, right? Like I think it was a bit of yes and. I mean, that's really what TTRPGs are anyway, right? But I think it was truly, it was a yes and, because I was straddling the line of, okay, I don't want to push too much, because I don't want to like say if I roll high enough, I don't want to force him to revealing a lot of his backstory. So I try to phrase my questions in a way and give you context as to why I'm doing certain things, and I just want to say thank you for allowing me to do that, and thank you for not making the DC like a 30. But my wish is that we don't die at level 2, and also that we get to go see the bakery so we can get cookies. That's a party.
Yeah.
Did Agnew say what his favorite cookie was, or he just like skipped over it?
I think he did, because I wrote down everybody's cookie except for
Did he?
Agnew's.
I missed what it was.
I never said anything.
More
Yeah, I don't-
more secrets. More secrets.
Plot twist.
I just
Agnew
had question marks next to it.
Plot twist: Agnew hates cookies.
He hates cookies. He
Truly
can't be
the
now
unforgivable.
that if he hates cookies, Rain will be like, "I'm with you," and we're fucking suspicious of him.
Real
Charles is gonna be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?"
real quick before we sign off, something I forgot to say with Cole that I want to make sure I include. I also really liked how instead of going for breaking the chain, you had Cal see if there was an easier way of getting the chain off of the bear, and I think that was just such a nice a choice that was very indicative of part of what that moment meant, and I just wanted to make sure I gave you your flowers for that decision. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode and then our next subsequent Stars and Wishes.